Spaceflight Simulator 1.6 will be releasing very soon, and I will tell you every new feature that will be added that will make the game so much better. Water, new planet textures, a fully completed solar system with every single planet, and if you stick around, I'll show you how to get these features basically right now. At the end of the video, I'll try making a submarine, an underwater base, and a boat, which you guys went absolutely crazy over. Let's make it, you know, a little pontoon boat that you'll see at a cottage. First, let's talk about the new planet textures. Since we are already on Earth, if we zoom out, we can see what was mentioned in the last video, where there are different shades of water depending on how deep it is. If we zoom out even more, we can see that Earth is now a top-down view of in real life Earth, and it includes continents like North America, Antarctica, and Europe. The next planet I'll show you is Mercury, which according to Stef has one of the biggest improvements out of all the planets. It has a ton of visual details such as thousands of craters and surface streaks, definitely a needed improvement for the game. Let's now take a closer look at the Venus in 1.6. The texture of Venus itself has not changed, but the cloud layer over Venus has updated with a slightly more cloudular texture. Next, moving on to Mars, which is currently just a boring reddish planet. In the update, we'll have way more color details, including a polar cap, cracks, craters, and you can even land directly on Mount Olympus. This texture is such a huge improvement to whatever this is. Moving on, let's talk about Mars's moons, Deimos and Phobos. Deimos used to look like this boring gray blob, and now its new texture honestly looks like cheese. You know what I mean? No? Moving on to Phobos, now really has meaningful artistic improvements, most notably the scratches on this side and many craters scattered across the surface. Moving on to Jupiter and its moons, Io, Europa, Calestio, and Ganymede. I haven't really seen any of their textures getting changed so far, although I do think Jupiter's texture could be updated. You know what did get updated though? Simple Planes 2 demo, baby! Simple Planes 2 is an ultimate plane, car, helicopter, mech, sandbox builder that allows you to build nearly anything. It has an accessible library of over 1 million community made crafts that you can basically spawn right into the game. And I haven't even said the best part. Unlike Spaceflight Simulator, it's multiplayer. You can have dogfights, car races, commit war crimes with your friends, and most importantly, commit war crimes on your friends.
Watch out!
Hello there.
POV, me and the boys headed to the Steam page. Wait, where are you going? Just use the link in the description. SP2 will soon release a free demo in February for a limited time, so join their Discord and wishlist it on Steam to make sure you know when it happens. Now it's time to see what the new planets and moons in SFS 1.6 look like. First up, we have Saturn, and it's the first planet in SFS to have rings. Along with that, we got 4 of Saturn's moons, Pan, Enchiladas, I think, Titan, and Lapetus? I don't know, could be making this up. Now, Pan and Lapetus both look like lemons and limes, but it's Enchiladas and Titan who have the most unique features. Enchiladas has these geyser atmosphere textures that only appear on this moon. If you click teleport and Enchiladas and 180 degrees, you teleport right on them. And now if we move on to Titan, we have one of the biggest highlights of the show, which are the methane lake. And I also can't wait to land on there in one of my videos. On my live stream on YouTube, you should come join by the way, we searched for the best looking locations for bases, and this is what we found. Let's get right in this crevasse right here. 76.8 right there. Perfect, dude. Oh my god, this right here is the best spot in my opinion so far to land in Europa. I also saw a few messages asking if the methane lakes are the same density as water, and I guess the only way to find out is to try throwing all the parts in the lake and see which one floats and sinks. Here's 4 various parts with 4 various densities listed on the top. These 2 have a density of less than 1, so they'll essentially float, and then these 2 have a density of greater than 1, so if we turn off gravity, they should sink. And yep, there we go. This one's gonna rise back to the surface, and the other 2 are going to sink. Now we're on Titan, and we can try the same experiment if I turn off gravity here. If the methane lakes have the same density, we should get probably around the same result regardless of the gravity. We can see here these 2 sink, albeit much slower, and these 2 float. So density of the methane on Titan is the exact same as the density of water on Earth. Next is Uranus, which according to the wiki says it has 5 moons: Miranda, Ariel, Umbriel, Titania, and Oberon. However, in the game it currently only has 3: Miranda, Titania, and Ariel. Miranda is the best of the 3 because its canyons on its texture match up with the height of the terrain, and it actually looks like you're landing in the canyon. Moving out, we have Neptune, which currently only has 2 moons, Proteus and Triton. Trident has these dark blue, bluish, and white surfaces, so depending on where you land, the surface would look way different. Before we move on to gameplay and testing, of course, we have to go over Pluto and Charon. They both look incredibly nice. Pluto has a blue glow around it, although one big problem I have to point out is that both Pluto and Charon's poles are at the top and bottom, but every single other planet has their poles shown in the middle of the texture. Now let's move on to actually testing out the water. I have to figure out what the maximum speed underwater is so our submarines don't break. This rocket can go 22 meters per second, and the RCS can't go that fast, so I don't think there's a speed limit underwater for boats or submarines. Now, okay, we checked that off the list. Let's build a boat. Let's make it, you know, a little pontoon boat that you'll see at a cottage. A little fishing boat. Here's the fishing boat. Oh, that's actually kind of cool. Oh, we made a boat. That was cool. It's like 5 parts, and we burnt off the back of the boat just now, but we made a boat. Now that we made a boat, we gotta make a paddle boat, and to do that, we first need to make the paddles. I have to be kind of careful with the shape that I make, but we can make a paddle for our boat. Okay, there we go. Are we moving? I don't think we're moving. This might not be enough paddle. Maybe we try like 3 of them. Chat, I don't think we're going anywhere, bro. I don't think we are going a single place. Can't build a paddle boat. So paddle boats don't work in Spaceflight Simulator.
Try Titan's methane lakes.
You can try that. Why not? Oh my god. Whoa. Whoa! I think we're moving because the center of mass is just rotating. I could just flip this upside down. Wait, this works though? What? What the heck? The paddles aren't paddling, but the boat is paddling. What the heck? We're making our way over to the island. We're just walking on top of the water all the way to the island using the paddle boat. Okay, let's go the other way. Turn off no collision damage. Well, these guys are definitely destroying themselves, but the boat still works. Yeah, the design is very human. Now it's time to make a submarine, and to get started, I'll first try finding a picture to base our design off of. Let's look up some reference images. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. This submarine is one of the submarines of all time. Oh yeah. I cannot say his username on stream for reasons. This guy, yeah. Let's send this guy underwater. Oh, he even has a little thing at the back. Herox is so good at BP editing. Yeah, I know, right? Oh, we missed the water by a little bit. First, we have to get to the water. Okay, yeah, that's directly into the water. Does it? Oh. Yeah, it already imploded. Well, yeah, we'll put an engine on it in a sec. Oh, dude. Hey, bro, I think I nailed that. I got the buoyancy just right. That is perfect. Let's add an engine on it and screw up the buoyancy. Use a card to get in the water. Bro, I'm just gonna plop it in the water. One of these bad boys. Just slap it on the back there. Yeah! Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. Oh, it imploded. This is just canon at this point. Yeah. Let's go. Super slow. 1 meter per second. We made a submarine. We made a working submarine in SFS. Now it's time to move on to the underwater base. Now, I couldn't figure out how to make an underwater base, but it seemed like the chat already had other ideas. Well, I don't know how to make an underwater base. Instead, we're gonna make an underwater energy farm, making an AI data center, an underwater AI data center. We got all the water we need. We just need to build the AI data center under the water. Yeah. Just submerge the whole data center and you don't have to worry about cooling. Genius. This is what AI data centers look like, right, chat? A block of fuel tanks. And we gotta also add these on the top, right? This is so spaceship. Okay, bro. You don't have to insult me that badly. This is so beautiful. Yeah, let's put it underwater. This is what you guys want to see on a heroic stream, is me making a water turbine powered data center. Look at that. First underwater data center in Spaceflight Simulator. This meant to be a base, but hey, we don't need to worry about cooling.